Welcome to the Bedroom Antics YouTube channel. My name's Graham, and today I'm going to show you how I hook up my MC101 and my guitar for recording song ideas and jams, which I call doodles. I have a playlist full of them. There will be a link in the description box below, as well as the top right-hand corner, if you want to see what this setup sounds like in action. I have had a couple questions about it, so I thought it'd be a great idea to show you exactly how I do it in this video. I'm going to start with everything unplugged, so you're going to see me plugging it all in, and it all starts with the MC101. So we're going to be using just the stereo outs here. You can see the left or right, and we're going to be powering it using the USB. Those stereo outs are just going to go right into a dual passive DI box. This one is from ART, and the DI box gets connected to a patch bay, which is on the desk behind me. And the patch bay is connected to the inputs on the back of the Focusrite Scarlett 18i20, which is the audio interface that I use. So that's how we hook up the MC101. The guitar is by far the easiest part of this setup because all I'm doing is plugging straight into the front of the interface. Now with everything plugged in, we're going to swing on over to the desk and I'm going to show you how I route everything for recording. And here we are at the desk. I've got a blank session in Reaper, so let's jump right into there. How I'm going to start is put in 2 empty tracks. 1, 2, we're going to call the first one MC101 and the second one simply guitar. And for the routing, the MC101 is a stereo input on inputs 7 and 8. Those are the ones that are on the back of the Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 that I use the patch bay to get to rather than trying to reach behind my desk. Just way easier. And the guitar is going to go on input 2 because that's where it's plugged in. The front of this Scarlett 18i20 has an instrument button on it for inputs 1 and 2, so that's the one that I like to use. And we can hear the guitar if I play. It is a Fender Stratocaster. If you want to hear more about the gear that I use, I have a video on that. Again, link in the description, and a link will pop up in this video somewhere. It's usually top right-hand corner. As good as this sounds on its own, I like to fire up Line 6 Helix and run it through some amps. So for this, I'm going for something a little cleaner. So we're going to use the Jazz Rivets based on a Roland Jazz Course. I think Jazz Course 120. So like super clean. Great sounding amp, fantastic sounding guitar. Let's listen, make sure that our MC101 is in the right place. It is. So I think all I have to do now, before I hit record, I like to change the BPM here to the same as the tempo. Not that I'm super worried about the clock, but if I fire up Line 6 Helix, I can go into the mod control and there's this little tiny clock, which I wish I could make bigger. But if I use this time, it'll note sync to the project BPM. Right now it's at 1/4. Yeah, 1/4 sounds great to me. So that's where we're going to leave it. That is the main reason that I adjust the project BPM. I'm not too worried about necessarily like the whole world clock in this situation because the sound is coming out of the MC101 and I'm just playing along with it on the guitar. So I'm not adding extra stuff after. It's literally just these two things in sort of the live performance. We've got guitar tone in, we've got MC101 tone into the computer. Let's hit record. Ooh. So I like to just fire up a metronome, just give myself a little count in. Just count in before recording 2, just so I can feel the beat a little bit. And I will hit record. And obviously nothing's going to happen if I don't hit play on the MC101, because right now it's currently not playing anything. So as you can see, we're getting the recording moving across. I'm going to hit play, do a little performance just to show that just using the stereo out, you have full functionality still. So like throw the multi-effects on and slowly bring things in. Stop the playback on the MC101. Now we've lost everything. I use the volume knob just to dial everything back, fade everything out. Hit save, boom. Now we've got our jam track. And this jam track is gonna be available in its full length next week. It's gonna be doodle number 16 on this channel. And as for post-processing, the main thing I'm doing is just making sure that neither of these is like overpowering. I don't really go in and do volume automation. So like there's a little quiet part here. Not too worried about that. Something I always do just as sort of like an insurance policy so that nothing gets away is I'll throw a master limiter on it. And sometimes if I'm going for a different sort of vibe, I'll throw the Super VHS plugin from Baby Audio on it. If you want to see a video on this plugin, please throw a comment down below. I absolutely adore it. I wish I could throw it on more things, but 100% of the time I'm throwing a master limiter on it just so there's no clipping when I render this out. So that is my setup for recording my MC101 and my guitar at the same time to create those doodle tracks. Please check them out. Like I said, link in the description down below. If you want to see the gear I use, I have a video on that as well. So thank you for watching. My name's Graham. I hope you learned something about my workflow. Leave a comment down below of what you want to see from me in the future. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them down there as well. And subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything that I do here on the channel. And keep your eyes peeled for doodle number 16 coming out next week.